Hi everyone! Welcome to our Earth Day, Earth Week Storytime and Craft series. Today we're going to be reading a spring-themed story called The Song of Spring. And while I'm reading, you might hear some beautiful springtime songs from around me because there are a bunch of birds flying around my head while I'm reading these stories today. Some of them are chickadees, some of them are phoebes, all different kinds of birds singing. So listen closely, maybe you'll get to hear them. Today, Courtney's going to be doing a really fun craft with you about gardening and what is coming up in the garden and what you might be planting this time of year. I didn't have any books about gardens at home, but I do have this really fun book about animals celebrating spring. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it gets you excited to celebrate spring yourself, maybe by planting something, maybe just by getting outside and getting outdoors and enjoying the beautiful sunshine and the plants and the animals that you find there. So this story is called The Song of Spring by Hendrik Jonas. And look at all the cute animals that are in it. I'm so excited to read it too. As spring approaches, the birds begin to sing, whistle, and chirp so they can attract some friends. There's a lot of different kinds of birds in that tree, aren't there? Do you see any friends who might be attracted in the background? When Mr. Blackbird sings the Blackbird song, Mrs. Blackbird comes flying by. It's the same with robins and with all the other birds, too. A lot of birds are singing this time of year to attract a mate. But some birds, did you know, they sing just for the joy of it and just for the fun, just like people. With this little bird, however, it was different. He could not remember his song of spring. Also, he's upside down. What a silly bird. But because he wanted to find a friend, he hastily opened his beak one day and shrieked, "Woof!" Is that what a bird says? "Woof, woof," answered the dog and wagged his tail. That wasn't quite right, thought the little bird. "Have another go," said the dog. The little bird cried out, "Oink." "Oops," said the little bird, "but you are not a bird." "No," said the pig, "I'm a pig." "Oink, oink." The little bird thought a bit. The pig and the dog had not been much help at all. So he shouted, "Moo!" "Ooh," I guess, said the cow and stared at the bird with its great big eyes. The little bird had to sit down, not least because of the huge shock. He was very surprised to see the cow. The cow was mooing, the dog was barking, the pig was grunting, the little bird could not concentrate. Meow. "Oh," said the little bird and slid back a little on his branch. The cat purred softly and said, "Hello, little one." He looks a little scared, doesn't he? The pig, the dog, the cow, and the cat scrambled about in the tree. The bird thought hard and then sheepishly cried out, "Meh." What do you think's gonna come now? "Did you just say meh?" inquired the goat. "It came out wrong," said the little bird, and he blushed a lot. "Now I have it," cried the little bird. Nervously, the goat, the pig, the cow, the cat, and the dog looked on. The bird chirped, "Hee-haw." Is that right? This little bird is very confused. "Well, you sing that beautifully," said the friendly donkey. "I am looking for a bird friend," moaned the little bird quite sadly, "but it is not working out." Poor little bird. So what now? The donkey, the goat, the pig, the cat, the dog, and the cow looked quizzically at the little bird. At last he said, "I cannot think of anything." Awkward silence, pawing the ground, ear wiggling, horns scratching. Suddenly, there was a deafening sound. Pop! What makes that sound? What was that? Hello, said a pretty girl bird. I have come from very far away, and I am looking for a friend, but I cannot find one. Could you help me? What do you think all the animals are thinking? Look at their faces. Yeah! Cried the pig and the dog and the donkey and the goat and the cow and the cat. The little bird was very happy. They all made friends. Look how happy they are having a party. And that is how the little bird, who could not remember the song of spring, found not only one, but many friends. Oink, moo, meh, hee-haw, woof, meow, cheep, cheep, roar. The end. Now, there's something interesting about this little bird. He is mimicking all the sounds of the other animals around him. And did you know that some birds do that? Some birds are called mimics, and they will sing the songs of other creatures around them. So there's a bird called a catbird that will copy other birds. He'll copy blue jays, he'll copy red-winged hawks, and he'll make a little sound that goes meow like a cat. And there's other birds that do that too, like the mockingbird and some of the other interesting birds in our area. So maybe you could do some research about birds and find out what kind of mimics live around here. I hope you enjoy your craft today, getting into the spirit of spring, maybe singing your own little spring song while you create a beautiful little felted garden with Courtney. Have fun. Happy Earth Day. Happy Earth Week.
Hi everybody, I am Courtney Cromley and I'm an Outgrowth staff member here. We are celebrating 50 years of Earth Day with a Earth Week Blitz celebration. So today I'm going to show you a craft, and then for the rest of the week, every day we're going to have a book and a craft. So earlier you heard Eileen's springtime story, and we have a fun craft to go along with that today. So I'm going to show you how to make your very own vegetable garden. So it's not quite time to really start planting everything and harvesting, but we're going to be able to have our own home garden by ourselves that we're going to make and sow. I will have the link below for everything that we will be making. So I will have our printed out pieces of paper and kind of the list of supplies that you will need for our class below underneath the video. So today I'm going to show you how to make some vegetables. The vegetable that I'm going to show you is a zucchini, but I have, as you can see on this paper, a couple different vegetables we can make. I have all of these. There's more vegetables in the link below. We're going to show you how to make lettuce, cabbage, tomatoes, there's broccoli, and you can just make as many as you'd like, and if you want to add more in your own, you can do that as well. So what you need for this class, it's pretty simple. All you're going to need are the directions that we have, so our cutout vegetable list, some felt, a sewing needle with some color thread, could be embroidery floss, or it could just be regular sewing thread, and then you're going to need some scissors and something to stuff your vegetable with. So I'm going to show you what we need to do first. So you're going to cut out your different parts of your vegetables. So as you can see on our cabbage list here, you need to cut out 2 of the cabbage bodies and 1 of the leaves out of your felt. So I have shown you kind of, this one's already set to go, but I'm going to show you how I would recommend cutting these pieces out. So you only need 1 of the top. So you're going to pin in your top fabric and then cut around this edge. So to show you how to do that, I've pinned my 2 pieces down already. I have folded my fabric over itself so it's a little bit easier to cut out instead of having 2 pieces and trying to make sure I'm doing the same size. I found this to be the easiest. So you're going to take your fabric and you're going to follow the edge. You don't have to be right on the line, but just kind of follow around the given shape for your vegetable and cut that out. Then put your fabric to the side, and then I unpin my cutout template. I'm just going to set that down there so it doesn't blow away. And then I have my needle and thread ready to go. So I'm going to take my needle and I am going to place it in between the 2 pieces of fabric so that I can hide my knot. And then I'm just going to do a very simple stitch around the whole edge. And I'm going to continue to do this for the whole zucchini, leaving a small space on the top for my stem and then for also to stitch and stuff. So just keep following this line all the way around and you can make tons of different vegetables. I have over here in our little vegetable garden that I made earlier this week, we have a sweet potato, a regular potato, a carrot, a beet, onion, then I have a pepper, I have a tomato, a cauliflower, broccoli, and then I did a red cabbage, a regular lettuce, and then, or an iceberg lettuce, and a little mushroom. So I've continued to stitch around this edge, and now I've gotten to the top of my zucchini. And you can see on my summer squash that I did here, I have this little top part right there. So here's my first, I only need one of these, and this is my top, and I'm gonna cut out my top, which is kind of really the stem of where your zucchini would be attached in your regular garden. So I'm going to cut this piece out, being careful to cut myself or the paper. And now I'm going to take that stem, and some of these vegetables have stems and some of them do not. As you can see on my potato over here, I don't have a stem for that one, but my pepper and my carrots do. So I'm going to take my little kidney-shaped, bean-shaped item, and I'm going to roll it, and then I'm going to place it in between the two spots here. So it kind of looks like a stem, and then I'm going to continue to sew as I have been around this whole top. And then when you get to your stems, or your tops, it's a little bit easier if you don't try to do the stitch where you wrap around and if you just go back and forth in between the two. Now this is a thicker piece of fabric, so you want to be careful that you don't poke your finger. So if you need an adult to help you at this point, I would say that's a great time to ask for some assistance, just in case that you don't poke yourself. No one needs to get hurt in the name of a zucchini. So you're gonna continue to sew around the edge, taking your time to make sure that you're not leaving too big of a gap, because when you start to put in your stuffing, you want to make sure that you don't have holes in it where you could be popping out your stuffing. So let's talk about what we could use for stuffings. There's many different things. You could use blanket stuffing, like for pillows, crafting stuffing. You could use your scrap pieces of fabric after you've cut out all of your vegetables. You just want to make sure that you're not going to use too dark of a color for the inside of your fabric. So for like my cauliflower, mushroom, and potato, and even my pepper and summer squash, they're all really light fabrics, so you want to make sure that you're not going to stuff them with something that's really dark that you wouldn't be able to see through. So that you won't see maybe like a dark black or anything on the inside. But these darker fabrics or deeper colors like the purples for the cabbage or the dark red for the beet and even this broccoli are nice, because then you can kind of fill it with all your extra scrap fabric or any other colors. So I'm a crafter and I love to knit. So I have lots and lots and lots of these scraps that I keep in jars just in case for projects like this. So I have sewn all the way around the edge, and now I have left a gap. And I would say you want to leave about an inch gap at the top so that you can make sure that you are not going to that you're going to have enough space to stuff your zucchini or whatever vegetable you're doing at the time, but also so that you have enough space to make sure you can get enough of the stuffing in. I've made my holes a little too small before and it was really hard to stuff. So I'm going to take some of my scrap yarn that I have here all ready to go, kind of ball it up and push it down into my zucchini. Now you can see I have attached my needle to the outside so that I don't have to lose and reattach my thread, but also so that I don't accidentally drop my needle and lose it where I'm sewing. Keep stuffing this. And like I said, these dark colors are nice because you can use really dark threads and extra yarns and stuff as you're stuffing and not have to worry about your colors. So I'm going to continue to stuff this full until I feel like it looks like a good stuffed zucchini. Put my last little piece in here. Maybe I'll toss in this bigger chunk of black yarn, put it into there. All right, so now you can see some of my threads have kind of loosened up. So I'm gonna pull that tight again, get it back tight, push down my tops of my zucchini, or my bottom I really should say, and then stitch. Oops, my thread came undone. But I'm gonna stitch this shut. And all right, so I'm going to continue to stitch this shut right here. You don't have to worry about remembering all these instructions as we go through this video. I have a how-to guide, like I said, that I will attach in the link below that has all of our steps and photographs. So you can make sure that you have all of the steps done properly and that you're not accidentally stitching it shut before you have finished stuffing it. So pretty simple, just gonna finish tying this up right here. All right, so now I have this extra thread. I'm gonna put my needle through, and I'm not gonna pull all my yarn out. I'm gonna go back through and tie it shut, just like so. And then I'm gonna snip my thread, and there we are. We have a little zucchini to go with our summer squash. So it's really simple. All of our vegetables that we have shown in our little box that we've made here are made the same way. You just cut out your fabrics, follow the steps, take your time to stitch around the edge, fill it up, and then stitch it closed, and it's really simple. So here is our first day, you guys, and I will see you for the rest of the week, and I will continue to make crafts with you. Have a great day.